Ladies and gentlemen, if we could get everyone seated, we'll get this signing underway. Look for you. Yes, I want you to sit up here. If you can find your name, and if you can't, I'll come around here and find it for you. I just wanted to take just a couple of minutes very quickly to thank all of you for being here. We've got a lot of guests here for a very important signing today that you will hear more about. We've got some community members in the audience. We've got some faculty and staff in the audience. It's another great opportunity for us to move forward as a part of our own university. But as we went through the process of trying to define what this A&M-Central Texas would become, besides the programs that we would offer ourselves, one of the things that we have always known and that we have always strived for, and that is our connection with the A&M system, and to make it possible in those areas where we're not capable of delivering the services that are in demand, to be able to bring other elements of the A&M system into play. And you'll see that today as a part of this agreement, whether it's system agencies or other system universities. Really good being a part of A&M-Central Texas. We have a great association with Fort Hood. We've tried to play a role as a catalyst as this process moves forward. And I'm going to ask some other folks up here in just a second. Dale. And to embarrass her, but I'm going to have to take a moment of personal. Great colleague today is. All right, I'm going to ask Dr. Porter to come up, and he and Colonel Thompson are going to tell you agreement, this collaborative, and then we'll go forward with the signing. Representative Cosper to say a few closing words for us. Thank you.
Welcome. I've been told this is voice activated, so I'll use my professor voice. Thank you all for coming. This is a momentous occasion. This has been a collaboration over 6 months, and I sat down the other day, and there's been over 100 people involved. So I can't name all 100 of them, but I do need to at least indicate a few individuals that have really been part of this. Obviously, the individuals up here who are going to be signing. We also have Dr. Hamilton from Texas A&M-Corpus Christi. Let's give her a clap. Thank you very much. We welcome her. And Dr. Jim Abbey has really been with us all along as well, representing the entire system and making sure that all of the pieces came together. So we want to give him a welcome and a thank you as well. So my piece is to explain what the collaboration is actually about. I'm going to give kind of the 30,000-foot level, and I'm going to let Colonel Thompson give you the 1-foot level in terms of what's really going to be in place, hopefully within the next 6 months as we get into the what's called the military training affiliation. The MOU is basically saying these 6 organizations are going to play nice. We're going to bring all of our assets together. And when we talk about synergies, 1 + 1 = 3, this is a group that really personifies that. We have, as they call it now, CRDAMC, in terms of Carl R. Darnall, Army Medical Center at Fort Hood, who is, that's the piece that's really leading the specifics of the simulation. we have the entire system representing A&M-Central Texas, A&M-Corpus Christi, and TEAS is represented, Texas A&M Engineering Experiment Station. And then obviously we can't do anything here at A&M-Central Texas locally without Central Texas College, and they are really the core of what we stand on for the students coming through, but also the simulation. If you look at the PowerPoint, what we have, not only the organizations with their logos, but we also have what are we going to be doing in this. This is a healthcare simulation, education, research model that, as Dr. Abbia is always saying, we're going to be creating worldwide analogs so the students can go through what they're going to experience in the field before they get to the field. And so it's a worldwide perspective that is specific to those particular areas. The Middle East is a little different than going down or up to Oklahoma, obviously, and so we're going to have those analogs that are unique to that area. And what is really nice about this is a benchmark not only for the Army, but the entire DoD, and we think probably for the entire world. So that's kind of the conceptual model in terms of the simulation we're going to be providing, the education, all the way from the certificate level through the doctoral level. We're really glad the partnership is involving Corpus Christi at the doctoral level, and also the types of research we're going to be doing. Now, as a researcher, I could stand up here all day and take that piece of it, but it is also going to be tapping into all the universities and the systems research so that we can create those new models of education and help the simulation and the research piece. So without further ado, I'm actually going to turn this over to Colonel Thompson to talk about some of the specifics we've been addressing. Thank you.
Hi, good afternoon, everybody. Again, my name is Colonel Mark Thompson. I'm the commander at Carl R. Darnall Army Medical Center, or CRDAMC for short. I will usually walk and talk and use my hands a lot, so this might be a little bit difficult to do for me, but really just wanted to give a few specifics about what this means to us and some of the things we see being done in this collaboration. So first of all, you know, the Army's #1 priority, and according to our Chief of Staff, General Milley, there is no other #1, is readiness. To be ready to do whatever our Army job is in the deployed setting tomorrow. That's what the Army is about. And we don't get to pick the deployed setting. As medics, we don't get to pick the infrastructure we're going to fall in on. We don't get to pick the host nation assets that may or may not be there. And you know, sometimes it's you and the stuff you have on your back. And so the question is, how do you get people ready for that type of medical environment? Certainly the biggest thing that medical professionals do to get ready to do whatever their specialty is they practice in it every day. And we do a lot of that at CRDAMC, see a lot of patients, do a lot of surgeries, take care of a lot of people. But as you might have noticed, it's in a pretty nice, big, comfortable building. The lights are always on. The temperature's always pretty good. The supplies are always there, and there's always kind of state-of-the-art equipment to do it with. And so how do we get that staff ready to operate in the environments that they're going to be in? Well, you simulate it. And given the current state of patient simulation and simulation environments, and what we see as the future state of some of those simulation environments, we have a great opportunity to bring a lot of resources together for me as the CRDAMC commander to be very comfortable that my staff are going to be able to engage in simulation events that's really going to help them get ready to do their downrange missions. But I think as we have talked through the potential of this collaboration, we really have some real potential to set something up here that will affect the Army and Army medicine as a whole, but also DoD healthcare and frankly, even the civilian medical world. With the resources we have, if we do this right, we'll be able to simulate stages of care on a battlefield from point of injury through a number of hospital settings that again we can vary based on environment. You know, one of the advantages of simulation is we can turn the lights off and ask folks, okay, what are you going to do now? We can make equipment break. Ask folks, what are they going to do now? We can not give them any equipment and ask them what they're going to do now. And all of those things really help prepare our medical professionals be ready. And it's going to be real exciting to go and we're not starting from ground zero. There's a fair amount of simulation activity already occurring both on Fort Hood and within our hospital and at CTC and within the A&M system. And it's really going to be a question of bringing all those abilities, ongoing activities, and future educational and research initiatives together to provide essentially a simulation system that can fully train not only my staff, but a whole host of other people in the future. So really got to thank everybody that's been involved with this. I mean, it's been a bit of a 6-month whirlwind, lots of meetings, lots of discussion. I think an important person that's not here today that was absolutely key in bringing this together is General Retired Pete Taylor, Heart of Texas Defense Alliance president, and really a connector. So he was the guy that initially got all the A&M folks to show up at Credamcy one day, and we sat down and we talked about a whole bunch of different things, and there are some other kind of collaborations that came out of that discussion that are ongoing. But then this piece of simulation and the ability to tie in all these resources came up, and we really kind of worked through that. And so really thankful to the entire group because everybody really contributed greatly to this. And we, Credamcy, are really looking forward to being a partner in this collaborative.
Thank you, Colonel Thompson. What I suggest is let's sign, and then we'd like to start over with Dr. Mockford and then Dr. Quintanilla and then Chancellor Yiannopoulos for some observations if they would like to make them as being a part of this project. And Representative Cosper will give you the last word. Okay. Okay, you're going to start it. Okay, all right. We have a signing. Dr. Mockford, Vice Chancellor for Research for the A&M system. John, if you'd say a few words, please.
Absolutely.
We'd appreciate it.
Well, it's always an honor to represent the Chancellor, John Sharp, and the system. And the word that comes to mind for every aspect of this is enthusiasm. The Chancellor has been extremely enthusiastic about the partnership writ large with Fort Hood. And this is, I think, one of a number of engagements that we have. It's always, to me, satisfying to fulfill our mission as an institutions of higher education, of education, research, and service. This really very well fulfills all of those, and we're especially enthusiastic to do this with Fort Hood And from a personal note, coming from a background in combat casualty care research, I'm glad to be involved in something that I can actually speak to. If someone goes into nuclear energy and I start to struggle. But we maintain a number of great relationships with that community. I look forward to reaching out across the entire system and really beyond into our entire network of connections to help on the field and acute care research side. I think we still have a lot that we can do there. There's a lot of technologies that range from very simple to very complex that I think that the nation needs and that the Army needs, in my opinion. So, we're really satisfied to be part of that and see that get really ramped up in a very strong way. Thank you to all the system folks who made this a reality. And thank you to everyone on the Fort Hood side for sticking through this. I know these are always, there's a lot of elbow grease that goes into it, and I'm very appreciative of that.
On behalf of A&M-Corpus Christi, I just wanted to thank everyone at this table for an opportunity to be part of this partnership. We are a university that prides ourselves on the work that we do with the armed services as well as with our veterans. And the person that embodies that best on our campus is Dr. Mary Jane Hamilton, who within the College of Nursing and Health Sciences has really led that initiative on our campus. And so we're very grateful for the opportunity to work on the education and the simulation side, which is something that we've been recognized for on our campus. We've actually received a White House recognition for excellence for that work. But we're certain we're going to learn a lot more by working with all these partners. Anytime you have an opportunity to work with the A&M system, it's very exciting. Anytime you have an opportunity to work with sister institutions, it's very exciting. But anytime you can come together to work with the Army and with the Department of Defense, it is just an incredible opportunity. So we're very, very grateful for that. We're also really excited for the research side of this, because anything we can do to provide continuous improvement to help our men and women in uniform and to make sure that they are getting everything they need as they're out there fighting for our freedom every day is something we are incredibly grateful to be part of. So thank you very much.
Thank you, and I'm happy to be here. This is a great occasion. It really is. As you know, Central Texas College was founded and formed on the basis of serving the military. Our campus, like this campus, was given land to build that campus. I've been there 44 years. I came there after Vietnam, and I'm still there. And we're doing great things. And one of the things, when this came about, I immediately said, yes, we're in all the way. And it's a great partnership to strengthen our partnership with the military and with Texas A&M. It serves us very well and serves Texas A&M very well, and eventually the soldiers in Fort Hood and around the world, which we are all deployed around the world. So anyway, having said that, it is great. One of the better things that I've kind of liked, and I was reminded today about research. Community colleges don't do research. That's not what we do. But we're not typical community colleges, so we're going to do research. And so we've already started that, and as you know, and so the more we can do and the more we can make available our facilities and our students to get involved in research at a freshman level to work up through Texas A&M, it's better for us, better for them, and better for all of us, better for the community. So I think this is a great occasion, and I want to thank all of you here at the table and the Chancellor for allowing us to be a part of this momentous occasion and for signing this document. So thank you very much.
Before I can't seem to talk at the right this work. Before I pass this to Representative Cosper, I have to, since General Taylor is not here today, I have to tell you a little anecdote. Because I can't remember how long ago it was, Colonel Thompson, some time ago, we had an entire airplane full of A&M system personnel who showed up to go out and meet with Colonel Thompson and talk about what the future might hold for some sort of relationship between us. Major all got back on the airplane, they left. Said, Mark, you think we're ever going to see them again? I said, General Taylor, I certainly hope so. And then one day, Dr. Abbey showed up. And it's been a whirlwind ever since then. Said, you bet we're going to show up. There are a lot more of us, and they're all coming. Culmination of that project off the ground, but it's the beginning of, we hope, many others as all right.
I think I'll try to use this mic because I am confident that they are not better speakers than Dr. Mark, and so I'm going to say that it's the microphone that's working over here. So I could not be more happy to be here with all of you today, and the first thing I want to start off with is to tell you we have had a hard-fought 85th legislative session. We have survived it. We didn't get everything that we wanted funded. We're short on funds in a lot of ways, but we did our best to protect higher education, and we did that because it's the right thing. Because of like Dr. Nigliazzo and Dr. Jim Yanop. It is the microphone. Okay, well, they do a great job of providing programs and degree plans here in Central Texas to our soldiers, their families, the entire region. They're a huge asset to our community and in that aspect. However, they do more than that. They have partnerships with each other. They are constantly looking for ways that they can reach out and serve in the community, do things to add quality of life or to add value to our community. This is just another example. This is just another example of them doing great work, looking for opportunities, working with the system and other folks, and Pete Taylor certainly deserves to be included in those opportunities that they seek out. But this is, I believe, a model of your tax dollars being used in the best possible way throughout the state of Texas, and I want to thank both of you for the amazing job that you do. And now for the partnership that we're here today to talk about, A&M-Corpus Christi, which is also another community that has similar interest as we do, and they look for partnerships to be able to do things that are relative to the military. And so thank you for your willingness. You have to have a tough name or a long name, I've learned, to be the president or the chancellor. But throughout all of these opportunities that we've seen as this university all the way to where we are now, we hear names like Dr. Mogford. Dr. Mogford's name has been brought up in so many different aspects as we've moved along through this, and I want to thank the system for our ability to strive and to seek out these partnerships, and I will not be disappointed. I'll be better because of that. Proud of your whenever we talk about the Army, we heard about General Milley a little while ago, and he was here. He came through Fort Hood, and we had great partnerships with him. And so I think it could be appropriately said that we have great relationships with the United States Army, from the Chief of Staff all the way to our brigade-level commanders and all of the folks that serve here at Fort Hood. So it is only right that we would continue to have those partnerships as people up and they take on new missions and new jobs, that we would look for ways that we could partner with them and add military value and to support them in the best way we can. Folks, today is a great day to witness, or what you're witnessing today is a great day and a great opportunity when you put institutions, Texas A&M, together with the Department of Defense. The sky's truly the limit. The opportunities are endless, and I couldn't be more proud to represent institutions like CTC and Texas. Great day for Central Texas. Thank you for allowing me to be here, and let's get on with the ceremony. Thank you.
I I think that does conclude the ceremony, although I think we'd like to get all the signers together. Photographer decide where she wants to see that. So there's some members of the press here. If you have any questions you'd like to ask any.
I think some of this has to be recorded. In terms of the curriculum that will follow, what we're doing at A&M-Central Texas is the specific courses are helping what already is in place down at Corpus, Texas A&M-Corpus Christi, and CTC. So for A&M-Central Texas, it's a plus that we get to add some of our health sciences courses within their programs, and also backfill some of the things that they can't do directly physically right here. We're looking at additional programs. I don't want to get into any specifics. The provost can talk about those. But that's some of the things A&M-Central Texas is going to be doing with our collaborative universities. And the other universities are involved because they already have those programs. So that's a little piece of what we are doing in the curriculum component of that. Another piece is TEAS, as they are becoming part of this, is they have a new area in continuing education. So some of the continuing education pieces they're going to be adding as well. So it's the full continuum of education from continuing education all the way through doctoral programs. I hope that answers your question.
One of the, and this microphone just don't get along. One of the statements that I've made repeatedly and love making, community members in the audience, you didn't just get Texas A&M University Central Texas. You got the whole A&M system. And this is a great example of bringing the entire A&M system together to address particular needs for our region. And I can't imagine anything working better than that. Thank you all for being here. Please feel free if you want to meet some of these folks and talk to them. We'll try to get a quick photo taken. Lindsay, thank you all.
That's okay. It doesn't matter to me. Call me anything. Don't call me late for supper. That's okay.